I honestly think we just go with the Bay. Now we can start repurposing everything. Oh man, this goes hard. This actually goes hard. Sure. Like, I'm not super paying attention to what he does. We have enough to defend against everything. And we can equip it and get the value. Alright, count me in. So we are taking this guy. It's mine. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, finally, Repurposing Bay artifacts that I know you were waiting for and you were asking for, and we made the build that basically has like tutoring every single turn. So of course you can use Enigma Jewel to get 2 mana a turn, which means Repurposing Bay is literally free every turn, and you get 1 extra mana because you can search artifact with 1 extra mana than the one you sacrifice, which means that you are basically getting free value on top of tutoring, and that's pretty insane. Of course we run Synthesizer and all different, curve of artifacts that we can always tutor for, and we'll talk about them more in the outro. So I hope you like it, have fun guys, and enjoy. Alright, we're going first. Let's see, we have the card cake, that's always a nice start. Let's go with Enigma Jewel so we can get extra mana. Man, we can already crack it on the same turn basically. And we even have the Braided Net for all the extra cards. So that should be nice. Spyglass Siren. Sure. Let's go with the cake. I think it's really good here. Just for the sake of even scrying. Untapped land. This is tempting. We have only tapped land for the next turn. But we need to get our value cards, and we can double scry on this turn, so if you take the first card, then the second scry kinda does nothing. So you're kinda inclined to, probably not take it unless it's really good. Here they go. We are fully tapped, so they know they will get this value. Hopefully not the card. Alright, well this is really good for them. The best card of their deck. And that's everything, so we can see what the next card is. I will take it. I will indeed take it. Alright. We could go for the Siren here. It's pretty tempting. What are the other options? Yeah, I think we go for this right now, so they cannot bounce it in response. Just to make sure that, we are getting there. Do we want to block, or we want to outvalue them? 1 to 1. We'll do both. Even if they try to get rid of the token, it's fine. If they invest card into it, that's good deal for us. Hopeless Nightmare. Alright. I will go with this. Removal is really good against them, but I really like the cards from those, and we might be forced to do it again. Alright, they are indeed going for it, but they are going for the talent and not the Nightmare, which is interesting. We could get rid of this if we care. I honestly think we just go with the Bay. Now we can start repurposing everything. Oh man, this goes hard. This actually goes hard. So what do we go for? I really like the Thran Spider, to be honest, but I think this is just better. This way we solve the board for free and we build to our 4 drops. They cannot attack us. It's important to keep the life total pretty high, especially against the Hopeless Nightmare. Like, they can do so much damage with it, and they have Sanctuary, they have the talents. We aren't fully stabilized yet. See, they have a lot. I think we actually don't need Braided Net because we can use this. Alright, we can use this, and then after it deals 5 damage we can sacrifice it for free basically, because it's not needed anymore. Let's go. Free repurposing. And this one will be even better. And do I want to go for Simulacrum? They will probably bounce it. I think this is harder to bounce a little bit. Sure, the token is easier, but this stays. And now we don't attack. And even if they answer both of them, which they kinda need to even try to attack, then we can use the Sawblades on this. And we even want to, because if we can get to 5 artifacts on the next turn, that would be amazing. But we probably won't. Passing the turn. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so do I want to cast it? Probably not. Probably not. Do I go for it? The answer is yes. We also can use Anchorage to block, or just use double Sawblades. I think okay, so they will probably activate Sanctuary and full swing and try to kill us with this. Because against the barracks of the 1000, they won't really win. Enduring Curiosity, sure. Well, that's very scary. But at least we can kill it, along with other creatures. Let's see. They only have 1 card left. Let's see what the attacks are. Let's make sure that nothing attacks. That's super important. I wonder if I should skip this one. But giving them 1 card is insanely powerful, so I don't think we can afford it. We'll just try to do something else. I will do it before it transforms, just for the sake of it. Alright. If we can prevent any card draw, that would be huge. They only have 1 play here. Alright. Well, that's something. So let's get something better, because this definitely didn't work as we want. Not sure what we'll take. Synthesizer seems pretty nice. We could also go this. Can we activate it again? We could. And then we go for what? 4-drop, like Simulacrum? Sure. Whatever. We also have... No, we go for Spider. Spider should be nice, right? Nah, I like this play. I like this play, because we draw a card this way. I don't think we need to... We could also go something else, like Spider right now. And I think Simulacrum is simply better here. And we need to, you know, finesse our way out of this. By the way, have you seen this value that we still have in the deck? It's kinda crazy. Let's take the land. It also makes our draws a little bit better. We could craft with artifact if we care. Alright, I need to think about this a little bit. Do we go for the Anchorage? I really want to start threatening lethal, so I think this is a good play. It also grows, you know, the thingy. And we still have 2 blockers just to defend against those lands. We really don't want them to draw cards. It won't be as easy. And they definitely plan something because they didn't go for Storm Chaser's talent levels. That was a huge chunk of damage. I'll take it. Drowner, sure. Probably Simulacrum. Okay. And they will attack with Reef, Sanctuary and Drowner. And then probably get rid of Simulacrum potentially and draw like 2 or 3 cards. Alright, game on, but they still need to defend against an 8/8 that probably will be bigger. If we draw any kind of real artifact from the top, we can just use barracks to, you know, get insane value. Right now we are whiffing, that's why the game is kinda even. Wow. Wow. That was the top deck of the year. Alright. Well, they definitely like this draw. Okay. Alright. I literally cannot use this mana on this. This is like the worst one. Oh boy, I cannot draw cards, man. I'm not good at this. We could go for... No. I think we literally have to go for the Synthesizer and just try to hit something finally. Or Aegis. Could get rid of the Drowner. Target creature, so we can go for the Sanctuary. You know what? Let's go for it. I like it. This prevents a lot of damage. They are fully tapped, so we can try to pressure with Lifa. Three, 4, please. Oh no, you will get a Sloth. Alright, that's huge. If that was a counter, we could Lifa on the next turn. Right now, we actually won't. So that's a big deal, unfortunately. So what can we do? No, we only have one play here. Hoping that we'll finally draw something. Alright, this is what we kinda need. But what can you do? So of course they can go Reef, Droner, and Full Swing, and that's probably the best play. It's 6 damage, and we probably won't be able to kill... Well, we actually are able to kill them because we have exactly 5 damage. They have full information right now. They know the card that we'll draw, they know what we have in the board, and they have everything. So they actually kept the Reef to defend. I think we get rid of Enigma Jewel and get what? 2-drop. Maybe Carrot Cake or something? That should help. I will do it. I think we have enough on the mana side. Hopefully. Fabrication Foundry would also be nice with all the artifacts we have. Can we use it on this turn and get Aegis? But we need to sacrifice something, so I don't think it's worth... I will just go with the cake. This is problematic for our opponent. Not the worst. So let's attack so far with this. See if they have removal for the Anchorage. I think we have this game. But it's very close. And we don't need to attack with the Simulacrum. This is the only card that really matters here. And we play this just to trigger the barracks finally. Down to 2. And finally, the value we were denied for so long. And now that makes a huge difference. So now it's Lifa on the next turn, of course. Do we want to make sure that the next draw is a little bit better? Probably. It's kinda important to... Oh my god, sometimes I just pay attention to this board and think about what's going on, and I literally don't look at this place. Like, it happened multiple times. So the only thing I've done is put a counter here at the cost of showing my opponent my next draw, which is not worth it. But it doesn't really matter. Like, it's all about this turn anyway. They need to deal 5 damage on top of killing basically 3 creatures, so I think they are done. I think that's it. Man, this was so hard. Oh my god, this was so hard. We'll definitely go with... Well, maybe we'll go with the Sawblade. So they're getting the speed. Double strike, everyone's favorite. And this would... Well, don't be on the draw, you know? Don't be on the draw. At least we'll kill the Goblin, so that's something. We cannot go for the cake, that means. They will just swing all, and that means they're losing this Goblin, so at least they won't make more tokens. But they will get max speed soon, so this will be a problem. It also has Menace, and of course it can pump itself. Firebrand, sure. The Monkey. Yep. Go to blockers. Do you want to pump? Nope. Alright, we killed the only one that really matters. Here we go. That's the most powerful of all of those goblins, by far. Alright, let's see. I could be mana efficient with Aegis, but I actually don't think it's worth it. I think this is simply better. We can carve out even up to Glyphbridge. Foundry. We can already use the mana, so we can play a land, play this, and then go Aegis. Not the worst, but we probably want to go for the Smithy, I would guess. But you know what, it's okay card, let's take it. It's okay. It won't be easy. I would love to use the card cake again on this turn, that would help so much, but of course we don't have the mana, we only have one. So we will see, we'll see. Face! What? Alright, I mean... I'm not sure if that's more damage. If they... Wait. If they killed this... Oh, they want to... Okay. They wanted to actually pay the mana. But is that enough? We'll see. They really invested heavily into this. So I think this Fabrication Foundry play is absolutely amazing in this situation. Because they kinda gave up on fighting for the board just to get this quick value. And I think it didn't work for them. Completely. Like, that was very risky play. Like, 1/1s are so annoying when you are playing an aggro deck because they can basically trade against like half of your deck. So yeah, we could take it, but of course it's not very good for us because we don't use the speed. As every control deck. Alright, here's the Engineer. Foundry. Foundry is probably better. We could kill it, or we can make just a huge thing. Huge thing sounds really good here, especially that we have the cake mana after. 7/7 seems okay. Yeah, I think we go like this. They can give haste to everything, so we need to be a little bit careful. But we can sweep the board with this if we want. Banner, sure. That means they probably cannot attack on this turn. I mean, they cannot really attack into this. We can literally trade against everything. So I'm not sure what they are considering. Maybe they have something for this 1 mana. Good. Now we sacrifice. We get to 14, which is super nice. Still no synthesizer. Still no repurposing bay. Easy. Let's try to draw into any of them. I'm super happy for this gnome soldier because that's the biggest creature right now. I'm still drawing it, I guess. So, do we want to tap? I think we do. I think we can go like this. Because then, if I recall, whenever you cast an artifact, we can create more. I could actually sweep the board, but it's not super worth it. Let's go like this. And we still have Mishra's Foundry. Yep, that looks way better. Way better for us. Let's go for Fomori Vault. And I mean, we could actually attack with Anchorage and make more artifacts. Forcing them to kill us on this turn. I like this idea quite a lot. I like this. Because I don't think they can deal so much. Well, theoretically. I think we will go a little bit aggressive here. They need to deal 14 damage through 11/11. And they are taking 13 damage, which means that the next turn is like lethal and they need to block everything. That's not a good play. With this, they basically give up the way to win the game. Whenever you play... nope. It's fine. Whenever you play, try to play to win and not to lose, basically. Because right now they lost their board pressure, so they won't kill us. And it's not like in the next turn they are in better spot. They're actually in the same spot, but worse. So it's better to sometimes just go all in on the aggression. Sure. It's a 3/4. Haste. That's the one. And they have some mana. Sure. So they can probably unload big chunk of their hand, and maybe if they save this creature, maybe that would be lethal. Who knows? Right now we can force them to keep trading against our gnomes, because that would be lethal basically on every turn. So they will be in some trouble. Our opponent seems to, you know, think that they have a way to win this game. So I'm curious. Maybe there's something. Maybe there is something. I will probably block it. What can we get? This is an artifact, a pretty nice one. I think I will go for this. We take this. And I think we don't need this guy. We get potentially more life. We can scry. And we have the same amount of artifacts. And I will still play the land. Alright, I think we just swing with those two and see what happens. Like honestly, they need to keep blocking, so I don't think there's much for our opponent into this game. 22 damage, so at least one creature has to block. Probably the Firebrand, and hit our face after the block. So they can now sacrifice it, of course. We go to 13. And that's pretty... And now they fight for the... But this makes no sense at all. I tell you, like, they're just clicking random buttons. So basically when they were supposed to fight for the board, they hit face. And now they have absolutely zero chance to, you know, win the board. Like, again, those two creatures will be more powerful than everything they will play for the rest of the game. So all they can hope for is try to burst us while we are busy attacking. And that's kinda it. We don't need to literally do anything more. We can crack the cake, we can activate the Foundry, we have 4 blockers potentially, and they have 2 creatures, without trample even. And here's your honk for the day. I'm not using this because my only artifact is the Glyphbridge. The tapper got the Fomori Vault? Sure. So I kinda, you know, saw this after I already had it tapped, so maybe I could cycle land or something. But I probably want the mana more. So they can make a lot of tokens and stuff like this, but they still need to keep blocking every turn and, yeah, wasting a lot of stuff. And if we don't like the board, we'll just Glyphbridge and do it all over again. Sure. Those are more goblins. Yep. So they want to go really crazy with this one. And I think they will be left with one of them, because we can choose it. We have to choose it, right? Sure. Like, I'm not super paying attention to what he does. We have enough to defend against everything. They definitely are going white, I can admit it. They're only going with this guy because they want to do it again on the next turn. I will still do it. I want to scry. This... I mean... It is an artifact. But I want one of my big ones, you know? Like one of the artifacts that the deck is made around. We don't really care. And our opponent is down to 1 card, so even our lands probably could win at this point. Nesting bot. Alright, I guess. So... I think we swing with all of those. And even this guy. Because why not? And let's see. Oh man, this might take a while. I wonder if they will triple block. Alright. Our opponent thinks that now they are fighting for the board. Correct. We kept one, so we still get the creature after the Glyphbridge. Alright, and now we cast the big thing, but not using this. This is super important. So we take this mana, we take this mana, let's take Fomori Vault, Painland, and it's 5 already. Good. So we go for the bridge. We'll take the token. Is this the same token? Yeah, both are kind of the same. They still have something for 1 or 2 mana, right? They don't have activated a bit. Well, I guess they could go for exhaust. So maybe they actually don't have literally anything, but they're taking time. They're thinking about something. This is a game. Burst lightning. All right, all right. Sure. Oh man, they're making interesting decisions, that's for sure. Not sure if that's worth the card, it's just a 1/1. Alright. Sure. Nice. And now we play the nesting bot with the mana from this, because now we are getting an 8/8. And with this, do we want to attack them? Do we want to attack them, or we just pump one of the creatures? Yeah, I think we actually go for it, because we make extra treasure, so it... oh my god, oh my god, I was sure it's pre-combat. Right, we attacked for the test. So they will play all the goblins. They cannot attack through 8/8 anyway. Without Kranko, they cannot even make like huge amount of goblins. And we are at 17, by the way, so they are kind of forced to keep blocking. And every time we draw an artifact, we activate this guy. Man, I cannot believe we literally didn't draw any of our win cons still. Because normally what you are doing, sure, is just, you know, cycling your artifacts over and over for the value, but, you know, we'll get there later. I have to admit, they are going really long for an aggro deck based on 1, 2, and 3 drops, and basically nothing more. But as you can see, it's no match for this kind of deck that simply goes harder, always, forever. Let's go for the Thran Spider. We want to pump our creature so they have harder time blocking. And Braided Net. Yeah, we can still activate the Foundry. And I mean, my friend, let's go. 12/12, another force block. They will of course go for the goblin. I think we might start tapping because we probably flip this. Man, this is kinda crazy. Every time they lose a creature, they get a creature. But I mean, that's what red decks get, right? And they want to go to combat phase. Let's definitely tap something. What do they want to attack with? Definitely not Goblin. And definitely not this. Probably they want to go with Scamp, to be honest. Because that gives them a little bit of selection. This, of course, is a forced attack. Draw a card. It's crazy because they are getting all of this insane aggro value, you know, the classic feature of the archetype value, and it doesn't matter because we have even more. And they are doing work. And let's go with this one. And this land is doing so much work. Basically makes up completely for not drawing any of our 8 win cons. And they realize finally that there's no good ending to this. Going first, let's see this one. I mean, we have a little bit of everything. I'll take it. Especially counting on Braided Net. And of course the Smithy, so we can get our first big creature. I would love to have a Bay or, you know, a Synthesizer, but maybe we'll get them. Yep. Let's take it. We can already activate it, which is super sweet. Enigma Jewel, once again, just doing work. I'll take it, this is a good card. Our opponent is ramping like a little bit crazy, but we are also doing pretty fine. They cannot really attack us, they probably cannot make too much of a play. Oh, this will be interesting. Oh, they want us to block, huh? They want us to block. And do I want to get another Scry? No, I think we just sacrifice it. Because that's the end of their turn, basically. We still take the Spider, I think. It's a good one. We're back to 20, as we should. Braided Net. No, let's go for the Spider. Let's go for the Spider. Because this gives us a Power Stone, and I think that could be very useful. Alright. And we have quite a lot of artifacts, so the moment we drop this, it gets a little bit better. Yeah, this Power Stone might be huge, because we are not guaranteed the 4th land. With Braided Net we can kinda defend against everything. We have a huge card advantage if we really need to. However, it will be a bit of a slow one. We didn't hit any, like we have 4 synthesizers and 4 base, so it's kinda wild that we didn't hit any of our 8 cards, but it's fine, it's fine. We have others. I would love to Aegis something, but we don't have great target right now. And optimally we want something that we can, you know, copy, so we also use it on some token or something. Oh boy. I mean, I have spoken and I have received. Alright, here we go. Attacking creature. They want to pressure us, but then I won't block. I mean, that's kind of what they wanted, I guess. Good call, good call. I will take some damage before I give opponent those treasures. Alright. Listen, this seems to be a very good deal to me. And we can equip it and get the value? Alright, count me in. So we are taking this guy, it's mine. And do we want anything to be... Yep, like this literally made them quit. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed those crazy games, and I will be absolutely blunt. I always misplay Azorius artifacts because the archetype is very hard to play perfectly with all the small pieces, like you can use some mana only on some things. Fabrication Foundry basically gives you a chance to always get anything from the graveyard, as long as you can, you know, pay for it. Repurposing Bay, especially with Enigma Jewel, gives you pretty crazy value, however it's also a little bit slow, of course. So, you know, you need to basically get the perfect cards. I'm still not fully sure about all of the cards in the deck. I think that Thran Spiders, like, usually they absolutely overperform in like artifact decks because they give you this Power Stone and also a blocker and also Reacher and also potentially a Cardo if you have 7 mana and nothing to do with it. However, in the games I've played today, it didn't feel like super impactful. Maybe because we are always, you know, searching, tutoring for something, and maybe there are more situational 3-drops that, you know, hit harder, or maybe we need more 4-drops. Something I absolutely loved is 1000 Moon Smithy. This card always was like the main go-to. It creates a huge creature and it allows you to flip the land and potentially get more creatures. And yeah, so those are the first thoughts. And before we go further, huge thank you to, you guessed it, our amazing patrons being part of the channel. A lot of them from the start, so really thank you guys, but also for everyone new that joined since then. It is super appreciated, and yeah, I hope we are delivering on the channel and the content. So thank you guys for this. And about the deck, it was hard to play the deck, to be honest. Not because it was hard to play the deck, but the draws were so weird today. Like lately I've been getting so many weird draws with a lot of decks. So for example, look at this. 4 synthesizers, 4 Repurposing Bay, 4 Voyage Home. Like 12 cards that are insane value. And I played plenty of games when I didn't draw a single one of them. Like this makes testing a little bit harder, but what I've noticed, it's sometimes that you drop synthesizer, it's not easy to keep triggering it. However, you still need early game to just, you know, try to survive basically. Maybe nesting bot is something we can scrap, but I never like to have like 0 1-drops. Of course Enigma Jewel is a 1-drop, but it's only for fueling abilities, not really defending you. I really like the card K because whenever you get it, you get this, you know, defender, you get the scry, and whenever you sacrifice it, you get something else as well. So it hits perfectly and also defends you while doing it, which I think is kinda needed because this deck can still be very vulnerable to all the red decks. You don't have as much removal, you have those Sawblades, you have a little bit of card cake, but you don't really have a sweeper, so basically your game plan is going into those huge synthesizer constructs, and it's not easy to do before mono red hits. So unfortunately, after I've tested, I see that the deck is still very vulnerable to mono red, especially on the bed draw. So you can either start adding removal to the deck, which detracts a little bit from the artifact gameplay, or not sure, or maybe go for more early game, like plays with but nesting bot will get overrun. So there are more removal spells like Glass Casket, which I originally wanted to use, so maybe that's something to test. But yeah, it's just mono red. It's always hard to play against this deck, and honestly I like the deck. It's very complicated, and I think there's a huge possibility how you want to build it, because you can actually play the whole deck out of one-offs. So it's probably the best to just, skip everything that is in multiples and just go one-offs, probably except Sawblades, Enigma Jewel, and I think Aegis is super nice here, but I guess it's interchangeable with Braided Net. They kind of do the same thing, but this does it permanently, and sometimes you can steal a very nice creature and your opponent instantly scoops. So yeah, a lot of possibilities in this deck. I don't think it's very competitive, to be absolutely honest, and I checked the meta stats and it doesn't seem to be taking over the meta, but I really hope you liked it, and I appreciate if you watch until then. So thank you guys, and see you again tomorrow.
With